hanging out with the guy who won the first 2 races of Speedweek. This is the 7C car. This is Dylan Swiernik. He won at Can Am, and we were just joking about this beforehand. That's a track he's always done well at. But Utica Rome was not necessarily one of his better tracks. He's going for 3 in a row here tonight at Brewerton. We aired this before the race here on 4th of July, so you got time still to hop in your car, get your buddies, and come on out here to Brewerton and watch the Empire Super Sprints. Dylan, got to be excited the way things are going so far.
Yeah, we've had a good first 2 nights in the new car with the Panther Frameworks chassis. I've kind of reiterated that all week. We've kind of been, keep saying that in interviews, but it's a brand new car we brought out Wednesday night at Can Am, and it was good there. And then we went going into Utica with high hopes, and we just kind of been carrying that momentum into that one last night. And here we are, Brewerton, ready for a good show.
How much is a new car? Because I know it could be a big factor, but well, how big is it? I mean, because they always say there's nothing like a new car, but you also have to learn a new car. So I guess maybe I'm surprised we've done that well in 2 shows with a new car.
Yeah, I've had a few new cars from Panther, so we kind of know where we had to be at. And Sean over there, they've got a good baseline with everything. So, coming straight out of the box, kind of where we were with the other car, and just kind of translated into some speed. And we've done fine adjustments there, and it's been good so far.
Tell me about Can Am. What did you start, 8th, you said?
Yeah, we started 8th at Can Am. Set quick time in the group top laps, or group time trials. Then went in the heat race, invert was 0, and pulled away with a win there, and then went 8th to 1st. And I'd say in pretty dominant fashion. We did a pretty good job
really?
At Can Am. Yeah.
How long did it take you?
I think we took the lead on like lap 14-ish or something.
Okay,
like
so more
that.
than almost 2 laps.
Yeah, it took a little bit. I was
okay.
patient early on, and that's all. It's a long week, you try to be patient, and we just plugged our way through there and made it happen.
Nice. How about last night? Because again, Utica Rome has not necessarily been one of your better tracks, has it?
No, usually Utica, I usually go off the top side there.
You go over the lip a few times.
I can only hang out on the lip so long and be so fast out there, and I'll pass 3-4 cars up on the top, then lose 3-4 when I go off the top. So the crew guys, they joke around about it, but it's all in good fun. And we started 3rd last night. We were able to finally get a good redraw. Had a bad time trial, but we were able to regroup in the heat race and get into a redraw spot. Got a good 3-start spot, and were able to pull off the win.
Stay on the bottom, or did you get out there near that lip?
Honestly, I could drive anywhere.
Really?
When I was behind Chuck and Jordan there, I was running the outside, and then after that, it started rubbering up a little bit down in the bottom 1 and 2, and then I was still kind of doing like a little slider line in 3 and 4, and still just keep my momentum up and on a very slick track, and it was good racing.
Of course, we're airing this before we get to the track, before you guys get to the track tonight to convince you to come here to Brewerton. What is it about this place? Because I've always thought that this place, from a driver's standpoint, with the ends being so totally different, it's got to be a lot of fun, but challenging.
Yeah, I mean, 1 and 2, it can be a start and stop. I mean, you get down in there, you got to whoa it up and hit the bottom, or sometimes there is a little curve up there where you can go up and hit the top. But what makes this place fun is 3. You can sail it down in the 3 just about as hard as you can drive down in there, and then you kind of got to whoa it up to get off of 4 and not hit the wall. Mm-hmm. So, or hit a U-tire down the bottom. But this is a great place to come watch racing. It's one of my favorite places to watch racing, and I'm not even a big modified fan, but I don't mind coming here to Brewerton to watch the modifieds, because they put on a good show. It's just it's close racing, and it's the whole fans can see the whole track.
Mm-hmm. I always try to make sure there's one thing about each track that's unique. From a fan standpoint, I can't think of any track where you're seated closer.
Yeah, I mean, you're right in the excitement. Like you said, you kind of are right on top of the cars.
Yeah.
And, like I said, it just there's not a bad spot really to sit.
No.
And I know if we sit here, we like to sit off of 4 there. It's pretty cool. You get to watch them come down almost the back straightaway right at you and come into the corner. So it's pretty exciting. But I think we come here 3-4 times. I think we had 1 rained out already, but it's always exciting coming here to Brewerton.
Yeah, and again, if you've never sat over in 3 and 4 before, because you kind of watch them go away from you on the front stretch, you see how close they get to the wall and everything. I shoot a lot of video up there because I like the angle from up there. So if you haven't been, make sure to come. Of course, Fulton is tomorrow night. The big thing I stress, that's the place I send new people who I know don't know anything about it, because from a view standpoint, sitting up high, it's one of the best views in racing.
Yeah. Fulton's pretty exciting. It's got long straightaways. It's kind of hairpins, but you can carry a lot of speed there. It's pretty exciting, and we've run good there in the past. we joke around about an average finish where if we have a decent night, we get through a heat, the heat's good, and in the redraw, I'm usually not outside the top 5 there. So we're pretty excited to go back to Fulton, especially with the new car and just the balance we have right now. We're looking forward to the rest of the week.
And you can hug the hub and make it shorter. You can go out near the lip or run in the middle. And the big thing with Fulton is you got to keep looking around, don't you?
Yeah, I mean the track changes the whole race. No different than any other track, like Can Am the other night. It was, you could run on the outside. I was running the bottom beginning of the race, and then it got a little dirty. You couldn't get off the corner down the straightaway, so you had to start running the outside a little bit just to get a little more momentum down the straightaway. And but that's part of racing. You always, you got to keep going. Even when you take the lead, you got to keep searching a little bit and watch lap cars. Like last night, I saw when I got in lap traffic, everybody's starting to run the bottom in 1 and 2, and just I went down there and saw I was taking a little rubber, so I kind of got fall in line a little bit and run my own line 3 and 4 to get around some lap cars. Weed
Sport finishes the Speed Weeks on Sunday. One of the nicest, maybe from a facility standpoint, probably the nicest in the Northeast, I would think.
Yeah, it's easily the nicest track and facilities. We struggle there a little bit. That's kind of the one on the calendar, like we talked about. Utica Rome was one that is close to home, and we always wish we run good there, and finally able to knock one off for a win is good there. But it's the end of the week. We're just going to take it one race at a time, and it would be nice to win at Weed Sport too, a nice facility like that.
I like that. So guys, remember, we aired this on 4th of July before everything happens tonight, so you still got time to get out of here and see if Dylan can make it 3 for 3 on the tour this year. Great job so far. I know you got some thank yous you'd like to get in before I shut it off.
Yeah, once again, I'd like to thank Panther Frameworks, Doneth Motorworks, Comparion Insurance Agency, Brittany White, CCI Companies, M.E. Garlock, Westport Painting Company, Bob Johnson, Suntrick, TJK, Seal Coating, Jones Machine Shop, HG Construction. There's Suntrick. There's a lot of people that make this thing go around. I got the guys here. Corey drove the truck out for us tonight. It's pretty exciting. They get to relax on the way to the track.
Nice.
Cody, Josh, Jack, Chad, Cheryl, Troy. It's been a group effort here this week, and they've been putting in the hours in the shop trying to keep this thing rolling.
And for those of you who I interview in Victory Lane and Canandaigua who have to turn around to your car to make sure Dylan didn't have to do that. So make sure you practice. He did that all off the cuff here. So good job, man. I'll talk to you soon, and good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.